I got Toothless on my shirt. I got Toothless. So it's been like a hot minute since I've talked about dragons on my channel. My hyperfixation ended. I have other interests. Yeah, that's where I've been. Sorry, but I just got back from the live action. I watched the live action How to Train Your Dragon. Uh, it was a bit shit. Guys, oh shit. So I talked like a lot about this on my Tumblr. I mean, a lot. I spent like an hour just on my way home, just sitting there, just like writing post after post after post. Very, very spoiler heavy. I also thought I should update my YouTube audience as well as my Tumblr audience. So if you like don't care about spoilers, if you're going to like just not watch the movie, or you just don't give a shit, cool. Go look at my Tumblr. Lot more fleshed out, a lot more depth in my posts. I have to be vague on this one. But I have a list. I have a list here of just vague little points that I want to just share, get off my chest, etc., etc. Just for the content, for the content. Fucking, I watched the live action How to Train Your Dragon, so you don't have to. Something like that. So the first thing on my list is my likes. Now, I liked quite a fair bit. There was a fair bit in this movie that I liked, but a lot of it was like really specific spoilery stuff. Since I want to make this like as mostly as spoiler free, so I don't have to edit a really long video. I'll just keep it vague here. The changes in the film. The changes were changed, but I like the fact that they were made. I am very particular about when it comes to a live action film. If you're gonna do the adaptation thing that Disney is doing in our DreamWorks, you gotta do something new. You have to change something, or else it's just like what's even the point? So I like the fact that the changes were made. The changes individually, some things I liked, some things I didn't. I went into it on my Tumblr, so if you want to be spoiled, I mean, how much do you spoil in a film that's been out since 2010? I don't know. I have here kids. I liked the gang. I liked how there was a little more depth to them all. I will agree that in the first film they were like reasonably not fleshed out. They had their gimmicks, except Astrid, she was fleshed out. They had their gimmicks, but that was it. Live action gave them a little more. I won't spoil exactly what that change was. I liked that it was there. I am a purist. I will take the original gang over live action gang any day, but I like that it was there. Specific characters like Gothi, Spitelout, I like what happened there. Fucking hate Spitelout, but I like what they did with him. Next on my list is Hiccup. Hiccup. I don't. He felt like, yeah, different character to the original film. They played him differently. They wrote him differently. He had a whole personality change. He was not like, it's a vague spoiler. Again, I'm all for like changes and doing things differently when it comes to an adaptation like this, or else why even make it? But it just didn't feel right. It didn't feel true to the character. It didn't feel like it was honoring anything. He was just, he's not even autistic. You can make a case for it, but he was not autistic coded, my guys. I don't like him that much. Astrid is the next on my list. They tried to flesh her out, make her more of a character and not such a manic pixie dream girl. What they ended up doing with her felt, I won't spoil, but kind of forced and like comically bad. Some of her lines, the changes that they made to her, and then some of the things they carried over from the first one, which she felt like possible. She was not bad, and I do not want to hear. I don't want to hear a single bad word about Nico Parker. I just don't. Keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself. I don't want to hear it. Best actress in the film. Best actor in the film entirely. Like, I don't look. Those of you who made a big thing. Oh, Black Astrid. Oh, Beyonce. Who cares? She fucking carried that. She carried the film. No. Ugh. I'm sick of the fucking Nico Parker hate. Like, fuck. Toothless. Me wanna get you, Dean. Me wanna get you. I don't like what they did with Toothless. I don't like what they did with Toothless. Do not approve. I don't want to like spoil anything, but if you came into this film like wanting to see Hiccup and Toothless, you're gonna be disappointed. We didn't get Hiccup and Toothless, we got Hiccup. Toothless, he's not important. There was no bond. I legitimately felt myself like sitting in that theater wondering like where and when did I miss the moment where their relationship clicked and they bonded? Major spoiler here. Forbidden friendship, the hand touching scene thing, completely like devoid of all emotion. It happened and I realized, wait, what, huh? It just happened and I felt nothing. 15 years later, in the original scene, I still like tear up at it, and not just because I'm a silly neurodivergent brain, because it's a genuinely good scene. Not this one, not this one, not this one. They mess it up. They fucked it up. I don't know how they managed to fuck it up. I don't know how they managed to fuck it up. They done goofed. Stoic. We can tell who Dean likes the most. We can tell that Dean really wants to push the whole "we love Stoic. Stoic's death was so sad. Oh, Stoic Volk or whatever." Just the way he's written, the way some lines have changed, the extra scenes they gave him, the Stoic fan service. You can tell that they're really pushing for something with Stoic. Even bringing back like Gerard Butler, which to me is like, why? If we're going to be like recreating this film in live action, why use the same actor? It's just the same fucking character. It's the same film. Like, why are we doing this? Like, I would have appreciated Craig Ferguson Gobber a lot more than Gerard Butler Stoic, to be honest. Gobber. Not really a fan of Gobber either. Music. John Powell, I was right to have faith in him. The soundtrack was not nearly as good. It will never be as good as the original films. But it wasn't building on anything, except maybe in Test Drive, and Test Drive felt fucking weak. The entire soundtrack felt like significantly weaker. But then this is like John Powell we're talking about, like the king, the goat. Every single track he makes is brilliant. Like, you cannot fault John Powell for anything here. And if he was phoning it in, like I suspect he was doing, get that bag, sir. Get that bag. You've suffered enough. Thank you for like shaping my childhood with like dragons, Kung Fu Panda, Happy Feet. Like this, you don't deserve to be associated with this film. I'm sorry, man. You're too good for this. You're too good. Find a better product. I feel so awful saying that. Cinematography. I mean, it was okay. They had a nice shooting location. I mean, it was pretty. But there's no environmental storytelling. It sucked. And then Test Drive was okay. The entire budget went into Test Drive. They sacrificed everything just to recreate that scene as if you, the real flesh skin you, could be on Toothless's back or whatever. That's what they were doing. Dragon designs. Okay. That's a hot topic because some people like them, others don't. Oh, they're too stray too far from the originals. Oh, but they would look like that in real life. I think it depends. Natters, fine. Gronkles don't look like Gronkles, but they're okay, right? Red Death, I vibed with it. It was not as cool as the original. It did not have the coral motifs. It did not have nearly as cool of an impact as in the original. I vibed with Red Death. Hook Fang, monstrous nightmare, Hook Fang. It would be fine, but where are his eyes? Why are his eyes here? They should be here. The eyes fuck me up so much. What else was there? Who am I forgetting? Zippleback. That's so funny that I forgot that the Zippleback existed, because on my Tumblr I said that the Zippleback design, like, it was fine, but it was forgettable. I just forgot that it fucking existed. Night Furies. The thing about Toothless being over cutified, let's call it that, like, yeah. Yep. I would still take live action Toothless, and this is a hot take, I will take live action Toothless over Hidden World Toothless design any day of the week. I am a Hidden World hater. I'm neutral. Tangent. I'm neutral on the Light Fury, right? I don't hate her, I don't like her, and it really depends on what piece of media we're talking about as to how I feel about her. I've always said her design is, like, theoretically fine, but in the world that it's in and alongside all of the other dragon designs, it doesn't fit in. And now I feel like the Light Fury effect has infected Toothless. It's like what happened with Pokemon and Sylveon in the evolutions. Toothless, he looks too cute now, and they've tried to make him a marketable plushie, and now he's kawaii, he's anime. His eyes don't slit anymore, and that is a crime against humanity. If they had made his eyes turn into little slits, which they didn't, that's another spoiler, but who fucking cares? Like, if they'd just done that, he would feel a lot more like emotionally a creature and alive, and not just like sidekick pet. But it's getting into like spoiler territory, so I'll stop myself here before I ramble too much. I have raging ADHD, can you all tell? Emotion. There was no emotion in this film. I'm sorry. The closest I came to crying, keep in mind, I get teary-eyed whenever I watch Dragons 1. I don't cry at Stoic's death anymore because I've seen it that much. I've memed on it that much. But oh my god, it's not like the movies are devoid of emotion. I feel things when I'm watching the animated ones. Here, nada, absolutely nothing. I genuinely like spaced out and blanked on Forbidden Friendship because it felt so weird. I was sitting there like, huh, huh? I can't even explain what was going through my head. I was mostly thinking how weird the scene with Toothless drawing looked, because the camera work was just still and off and void, and it just felt odd. And then they were touching, and I don't even remember it happening. That's how bad it was. Just how devoid of emotion it was. I was sitting in the theatre. I can remember really distinct points from this movie, but I don't even remember them doing the thing. But the closest I came to crying was right at the start. One of the most popular uploads on my channel is this clip I uploaded of Toothless shrieking through this. I uploaded that specifically so I could stem to the noise that Toothless makes, the shriek that he does. But the scene where Stoic is like beating the monstrous nightmare, and then Toothless appears out of the sky, shrieks.
But the ultimate prize is the dragon no one's ever seen. We call it the Night Fury! Get down!
I got really hyped at the start because I forgot just how much I liked the noises that Toothless makes. And I was like, holy shit, it's happening! Guys, it's happening! I got teary-eyed! Hell yeah, my boy's here! And it felt so quiet and anticlimactic, and it was just like, he didn't, it had no impact, and I was hit with this wave of just disappointment that they could screw up one of my favorite aspects of Toothless's design. And I got a little teary-eyed because I was like, no, you can't mess up my boy like this. But yeah, they overdid some of the emotion. They had like, no, I won't spoil that. And I have again on my list Nico Parker. Once again, she fucking slayed. She was she carried that. the assignment was shit, right? I'll say it now. The assignment was shit. The movie was shit, but she got the assignment. She understood, and she walked onto that set, killed it. I don't like what they did with Astrid, but she killed it. It was great. It's just best one, best one. Anyone who complains about it, get out. No, actually, no, yeah, get out, because it was fueled by racism, and I don't want racists. I don't want racists talking to me. Please leave. I do not like you if you had an issue with her casting, because she was good, and I knew she would be. I called it. I knew that she would be amazing, and she was. She really sold it. Everyone else, Gerard Butler, why are you here? I like you, but why are you here? You shouldn't be here. This is live action, please. But all of the others, it was like, someone compared it to like an asylum movie. Accurate. But no, my goat, Nico Parker, my goat. I love you, my girlie. And the last thing I have on this list is show not tell. Show not tell, and it's something that I've been saying since I got like, not since the Hidden World, but since my hyperfixation returned in like 2022. I fucking, where am I? My bracelets. Down here. What I've been saying for a while now is that Dean has a major issue when it comes to show not tell. In the first one, you had so many like things that were just shown to you on the screen. You just kind of knew. You saw the parallel at the end with the leg and the tail. You knew just based on character expression, body language, music, what was happening. It didn't need to be spelled out for you. And then, like, second movie was fine. I don't really have much of an issue with second. I'm not that hyped about the second movie. I'll say it now. Like, it's been over 10 years since this. I like the second movie less and less over time, and I think it's because of the issues I have with Volker and her portrayal, and Stoich's portrayal, and Jogger's portrayal, and just how it. But that was the fault of like meddling. I think they had a whole thing that wanted to go for, and it just didn't happen like it was supposed to, and it had an impact. But the second movie was good. I've just realized I'm going on another fucking ADHD tangent. But by the third movie, we were getting this tell, not show. You know, we're not being shown that Dragon Society on Berk is awful, outside of like a house falling down, I guess. We're not showing how Grimmel killed every Night Fury or whatever. We're not showing. We were told everything. There was not nearly as much showing. You're just supposed to accept all of this. We weren't showing that the Hidden World is like a haven for all dragons. They were just there, and then we were told, oh, look at that, it's the ancestral home of all dragons, I guess. Except Gronkles, I guess. But like it carries over. The script changes that they made, a lot of the lines were just stating the obvious. It was things that in the animated film we would have just picked up on by just watching and realizing, oh, that's a thing. Yay, I love that. But in this one, it's on the screen and you're told it. Like, did it work? And then the Red Death is just there flying and it's like, yep. That wasn't necessary. You weren't meant to. You were supposed to think that line to yourself. It was not meant to be said. This is just all throughout the entire film. I said I'd make this spoiler free, but I messed up, man. This is what happens when you get someone with ADHD sitting on a bed with a phone and not even a script, just notes. But yeah, let me just put it like this, alright? Let me just put it like this. If you aren't sure about live action How to Train Your Dragon, whether or not you should go see it, whether or not you'll enjoy it, whether or not you even want to, whether or not you think it'll be a thing, what have you, right? If you want to watch a movie but you're not sure about this one, I have the movie for you. I have a very good movie that I would like to recommend to you, right? And you know, if you want more, if you want more, and then if you want even more than that, and if you want good, very very good, very very good, like if this just 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 watch this. You don't need the live action. And if you want to see a really 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 bad film, if you want a bad film, if you want this, but like comically bad, the live action might be for